Everybody, Islam, Islam, Islam. So yeah, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, peace, however you greet. Okay. Now, y'all see this? This is Rasheed Carter's skull that was severed from his spinal cord. Now, I've been noticing that the conscious community, right, that I would say I'm a part of, okay? Now, we do a lot of fussing back and forth, you know, the Moors ain't shit, the Hebrews ain't shit, the Cometians ain't shit, you know, everybody got all this beef about history when the hijack is the one that's producing damn near everything that we read. Rob Bourne, all he do is pull up sources. Sources, all right, sometimes. But far as I'm concerned, can we really fucking trust the sources, Doug? Right about now, Doug, they will tell us any fucking thing. They will write anything. Yes, it's up to us to decipher what's going on, right? As we say, get the meat and spit out the bones, right? But I still feel like it's too much of it, Doug, because I done told y'all 2 or 3 videos ago, I done did shorts on it and everything, okay? We done had neo-Nazis in Baltimore, in my city, trying to cause race wars, trying to blow up substations, trying to freeze us out. This was a couple. I did a video on it. Look at it. All right? But before they could do it, they got knocked off. They told somebody, the CI. They was talking to a CI, and they was telling, look at this brother here, man. 25 years old, bro. They sent this box to his mother. Okay? Now, while y'all beefing about who this, who that, who this, who that, who this, when these redneck, hillbilly, white boys run down on you, they don't give a fuck if you are Moor. They don't give a fuck if you are Hebrew. They don't give a fuck if you're a Cometian. They don't give a fuck about none of that. All they know is you're melanated. You a nigga to them, not knowing that we are the gods of this earth. That's why they mad. Because we're waking up due to technology and AI. We are learning the truth. So I'm gonna let this play. Shouts to the brother that's doing this, that put this together, Isaiah, right? So sit back and just check this out. This ParristheMoor, yo. Hit the like button and share it, yo. Subscribe it, yo. Let's get my kind of content in the algorithm. Cause bro, I ain't bringing no bullshit. I'm bringing the shit that we need to hear, Doug. Stop the fucking fighting and pay attention to what's going on, yo. We're in a race war. We're losing all of our frontline soldiers, which are the 18 to like 30 years old. They all dying, yo. Y'all killing each other. Y'all are killing each other during a race war. Idiots, stop it. Fuck.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. A murder in Mississippi is now on the radar of federal investigators. This comes as an autopsy of the victim, Rasheed Carter, revealed he was beheaded. Beheaded. The 25-year-old was last seen alive in October. Now, parts of his body were found in the woods a month later, and another haunting detail.
This is the other box. His mother had to open up the box to this shit from her 25-year-old baby, man. No matter how you look at it, that's her baby, Doug. That's her baby. Look at this shit. The sheriff said that animals did this shit.
His family says Carter went to the local police department and reported being scared for his life. He believed a group of white men were following him. My next guest has been intimately involved in this case. Joining me now, Ben Crump law investigator, Arthur Silky Slim Reed. It's just mind-blowing to see this kind of case happening, Arthur. And it's my understanding he last talked to his mother on the phone October 1st, and he warned her. He was saying that there were some issues with his employer, right?
Yes, but his employer, then he said that 3 trucks of white men had stolen him, and then he texted his mom saying that if anything happened to me, so-and-so has something to do with it. He had these men trying to kill me. And then he was also caught on a deer camera in the woods with a large stick.
A deer camera. Now let me build on that for a minute real quick. Now, I used to be a lineman, an overhead lineman, right? And I worked with a bunch. This company was 99% Caucasian. I don't say European. See, y'all got to understand, when you say European, you're saying black. You're saying melanated. Stop saying European. Because now we know that these ancient Europeans were melanated people. So why are we still saying fucking European when we're relating to the Caucasian, aka the white man? Man, this shit crazy, Doug. This shit crazy.
On his shoulder, and his shirt was ripped off of him, and he had bruises on him. So someone was after him, and someone was chasing him.
It sounds like a hunt.
Yes.
They're hunting.
Yeah, so that's the point I was getting ready to make. You know, these white boys, man, they hunt. They don't stand on the corner in Gucci looking all pretty and shit, standing around not doing nothing but poisoning your community. That shit slick. Why is that shit slick, Doug? That shit is not slick. You know what they do? They had their 5-year-olds in deer stands hunting at 5 years old. They know how to open up the deer, cut all of what they don't want out of it, make sure that the bowels don't spill into the meat, because after that, the meat is tainted and you can't eat it. So they're being taught deer stands, deer cameras, hunting. They hunted this little brother. They probably was drunk and they was doing this shit for sport. Okay? It was a joke to them. They was playing. 3 truckloads was chasing this little brother in Mississippi. They probably smacked him up a little bit and then set him free again so they could just chase him some more. The whole time, he's texting his mom, telling his mom, that they're chasing him. And everybody thinks that it's not serious. They think that it's just him being paranoid. So let me finish.
They hunted him. That's right. And he was seen on that deer camera, and that photo that was on that deer camera, even though they knew he was missing, was circulated through the town at a truck stop.
Bro, I gotta apologize because I know I get a little, you know, couple of my brothers, they tell me that sometimes I get, you know, amped up and I start getting a little pumped about stuff like this because, man, this shit hurts, man. Especially when I see what state that we're in now, the way we're committing genocide amongst one another. Every time I turn around, some brother done shot some brother in the city. KKK don't gotta do shit, Doug. We doing the work for them. So these guys that did this shit, they was just doing this shit for sport, playing. We doing enough killing for them.
During breakfast time, and people were talking about it, and finally we found out that he was hunted by someone, and you don't just make accusations about someone's trying to kill you and then come up dead. What's crazy about it is that the sheriff on the first day ruled out foul play. We don't see any foul play. When his head was detached from his spinal cord.
How does that happen?
I don't know, man. It's Mississippi. It's Mississippi.
You know how it happened? Somebody cut your shit off. That's how it happened. Somebody chopped his head off probably with an axe. That's how it happened.
Mississippi burning 2023. And we're on top of this 24/7. We haven't rested on this case. And think about this, that we've had this case since December, right?
Let me send this out first. Let me give respect. Fox 26 Houston News, they were the ones that put this out. All right. Yeah. That's just YouTube decorum.
After the remains were found in November and couldn't get a news story broke on it. Only a couple of people would show up, only a couple of cameras would show up. So we couldn't get the story broke until now, once we had the images of the remains. And what the state was actually telling us is we're conducting an autopsy. So we're going to turn the body over to y'all as soon as we get through. So when they call and say that they were turning over the body, when I went to Mississippi and it was the size of a shoebox, I was like, what kind of sick joke is this?
Wow. And you were looking at exclusive pictures you provided for us here. What are we looking at, Arthur, right now exactly?
That's the vertebrae, parts of the vertebrae. The other picture that you see, that's the skull that was inside of that box that I'm telling you about, and that is his skull. And we've never seen this type of decomposition on anybody. So we're trying to figure all of this out as we go along. Was any kind of substance used? What has him in the shape that he's at? Because it would actually take, you know, we dig up mummies and there's still skin and hair. And we don't have any.
That's a question I had for my producer. I'm like, how can you have a skull in that amount of time? And of course, this has been examined by the pathologist and medical examiner, and they've positively identified him as this.
That's why some of the teeth were missing, because they used the root of the teeth to take DNA and match it to his mom's DNA. So it's positively him, no doubt about that. Now, also what happened is that last week, a whole separate set of remains have been found on another piece of property.
Separate individual?
What?
Well, we're thinking that it's his remains, but they haven't done the DNA yet. It looked like with a case that, because we hadn't had the publicity that we had now, looked like they would have jumped right on it to try to find out if this was other parts of his remains. But as of today, they say that they haven't tested it for DNA yet.
Just incredible, just unbelievable. So you also sent us another photo with a female that you're standing there with, and you're looking at the remains. Let's show that photo.
That's his mother.
How has she been? And just imagine a mother looking at your child's remains in a shoe size, shoe size box.
Yes.
It's just mind-blowing. How is she doing now?
Tiffany is one of the strongest women that we have seen. She said to me the first day that I went to Mississippi, she said, Silky, I'm going to bury my baby, and then it's about business with me. She said, I don't care if they take my life. It's all about business with me after that. We have to find out who killed my child. And
let me say this one more thing, too. Listen, man. Until we start arming up, stop killing each other, and start going at them, they're gonna keep treating us like that. What did the white boys do at what was that, the Capitol? What they do? Man, if that was a group of melanated people that did that shit, everybody would have been dead. But check this out. You gotta have casualties of war, man. And until we start really standing up, stop the Martin Luther King turn the cheek goofy ass shit, and start busting back at these bitches, they gonna keep on doing this shit to us, yo. Straight up.
one of the things that was happening is that I promised her, I say, I promise you that we're going to get this broke. And as a team with Crump Law, we never make promises that we can't keep. And it was a horrible feeling for them to have to go through Christmas, New Year's, and we couldn't even get a story. But once we seen these images, we had to sit her down and talk to her, as they'll say, listen, I know this may be embarrassing. I know that you may not want to do this, but do you want to release these images to the public? And she said, without a doubt, we have to let them see what they done to my baby. She said, this is my baby. This is her baby child. And
it reminds us of Emmett Till's mother.
Exactly. It reminds you exactly of the same story. The way this young man was lynched. No doubt.
I know y'all know who Emmett Till was, or is, because I'm quite sure his spirit is still running around out here. Rest easy, Emmett Till.
Out about it in our mind, he was lynched. I don't care what kind of stories they concoct, he was lynched. And we see the results of that by what we have in the shoebox.
In the last 30 seconds that we have, what is it like for you as an investigator for Ben Crump and an investigator in general to hear a black man has been decapitated?
For me, it wasn't about being an investigator. It wasn't about working for Crump Law Firm. It was about a father. I got a 25-year-old, and I was like, I'll be damned if I didn't do everything and turn over every leaf that I could turn over to find out what happened to my son. So I took this as my son, and I sleep with that every night. I was tossing and turning, and now I'm starting to ease up a little bit because we're coming close.
Woo! This shit ain't real. I'm telling you, my wife is watching this with me. Her eyes are watery because we got boys. We got boys, man. It's time for us to stand up, Doug. Stop fighting each other and learn how to war. Protect yourself. All of our frontline soldiers, they're dying. All of our frontline soldiers are on fentanyl. All of our frontline soldiers are dope fiends. Or they're killing each other for a diamond chain. What the fuck are you gonna do with a diamond? You can't eat a diamond chain. So yeah, man. Rest easy, Rasheed Carter.
To actually finding out, we got people on the internet that's talking, we got people that's giving up names. So now we're coming a little bit closer to finding out what happened to Rasheed Carter, because somebody's seen what happened to Rasheed.
All right, sir. We thank you for coming on The Factor Uncensored, and we appreciate this. And we want to send our best to the family. Just a horrible situation.
It is.
Peace, family. Y'all stay focused out here, man. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Because there's a lot of fuck shit going on out here, man. They controlling us through social engineering, through the television, and through the music. The frequency, right? Try to stay away from that shit, man. Put your phone down sometimes. You don't always got to be on your phone. Pick your head up. Pay attention to what's going on around you. She's sick, man. She's sick. All right, man. Peace, man. I'm out.